night, everybody.
And Dance killed us. I don't know how much of you caught that. But
Oh, Dad, we're gonna miss you when you're gone.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow, that was brilliant. The pinnacle of human evolution.
All downhill from here, folks.
Yup.
More streams
Can
than a
confirm.
toilet seat.
Why'd you have to say it out loud again?
I just can't get over it. Oh god, let's play some motherfucking Call of Cthulhu, sluts.
Okay.
Ugh.
Welcome back, everybody, to The Shield Against Midnight, a Call of Cthulhu game set in 1969. Our heroes, the daring members of a CIA Delta Green weird task force thing. Heroes.
Daring?
Heroes.
Unwilling.
Last session, they got their brains tickled a little bit. They investigated the mysterious book and dagger that they found buried beneath a snake in the watery, coastal-y village of Muichua on the island of Fuquoc. After investigating these books and discovering some interesting astrological readings, the party decided to return to the houseboat, where they met with some interesting characters, some potentially suspected foreign agents, as well as a dream sequence that left more questions than answers. Before they got a chance to really call in to report their findings, they discovered that their houseboat had been both sabotaged and bugged. And after disabling the bugs and realizing the extent of how useless their boat's engine now is, they convened at the dining room table to have a little chat, as called by the team leader, Mr. Chase.
Mr. Chase. That's not even a correct. No, never mind.
Totally. It's
Mr. J.
Mr. Chase J.
Mr. J.
Mr.
Wait, hang on.
Chase.
How do you pronounce that even? Chasseur? Mr.
Chasseur.
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 Okay.
And with that, let's return to the Shield Against Midnight. Gathered furtively around a dimly lit dining room table on a houseboat. So it's really not a dining room table. Probably not everybody can even sit around it. It probably seats like 3 people comfortably.
It's okay. It's a small table for the short amount of things Chase has to say.
Okay. Anderson sort of mills against the door, still keeping an eye out on the docks, but obviously listening in on what has to be said.
Chase kind of gently tosses 3 little silver pieces of electronic equipment onto the table. And he looks at everyone, kind of like straight on, and then looks down at the table, takes a deep breath, and says, "We're fucked."
I'm not going anywhere anytime soon either.
This is not something that I think is within the capabilities of the locals. These are fairly decent bugs.
Sage is still trying to figure out what in the world is on the table, considering the fact that everybody just woke her up.
Those are bugs, sweetheart.
I can see that now. It's just taking me a while.
Okay.
On top of that, someone went and took the spark plugs out of our engine. I'm assuming that's all they did, Gwen?
As far as I can tell, yep.
Alright, well Well, hopefully we can find replacements. I have a very short list of potential suspects. I probably don't need to point them out to any of you. The question really becomes, what do we do about them?
It's not like we really have surveillance equipment to set up here while we're gone.
No, but we can destroy whatever evidence they might have.
What do you mean, like wreck the boat? Or hunt them down and see what they have?
Well, we know where they're staying.
Yeah, he's suggesting hunt them down.
Okay, but consider this. We're here to do an observation thing, yeah, and we've already dug up a fucking cursed book and a dagger that sent me on a fucking out-of-body experience sort of acid trip, and let's just not kick the wasp's nest anymore, you know?
I might agree with that, except for the fact that they've been here longer. I wonder what they know and what they might
They
have
may have
recorded.
additional actual intelligence that we can use.
Yeah,
On top
and
of
what
that,
if it
there are-
backfires? What if we get caught? What if we piss them off and they come to counter whatever what we just
Chase
did?
points to the bugs. Yeah, we're already past that, hey, I'm sorry for stepping on your toes point.
They know what we are, apparently.
Or they have a good enough suspicion that they're a threat to our operation.
And now they'll probably know for sure, since the bugs are no longer in place. And I'm sure they have some kind of way of knowing that we've tampered with them.
It's gonna be obvious.
Yep.
Okay, so then what do? We just go where they are staying and just sack the place?
Well, I wasn't necessarily recommending that such a obvious action. I was recommending we infiltrate, we search, and then we get out what we can. But I'm all
Those are
for
fancy
a
words
good.
for going down and sacking the place.
Trust me, about 2 years of field work, there's a difference.
Okay.
We're not going to turn beds over and leave them in a huff. We're not trying to rob them. We're trying to see what they have. And
Well,
the
how are we
equipment they
gonna
need
get
to
in
monitor this. Well, there's quiet ways.
How are we gonna
and
get
there's
in there
not so
when
quiet
they're
ways.
not there? Is the thing.
Well,
Do we are they
some of you have
out
made
doing stuff
decent,
during the day?
I don't know. We know very little about them. That's what I dislike. This information deficit, which I've mentioned before, is not going in our favor so far.
I have a feeling he's thinking of using a distraction.
Can I just recommend that before we do anything that could actually get our asses kicked, we make sure we have some spark plugs so that we can leave if we need to?
I'm all for that. I have to contact Hutchinson anyway and let him know we've been compromised.
Oh, so we're fucked either way.
At the very least, they should know there may potentially be another team on site. If it turns out that they're CIA or some other alphabet organization within our purview, Delta Green can probably override them, which would be nice. But if there's no evidence of another team from our side here, they're a threat, direct or otherwise.
What if it's just another division of the Green Berets in another country, though? Delta Green.
Delta
Fuck.
Green, you mean? Yeah, I don't have any information that says there is any Delta Green in another country.
I didn't have any fucking information that we had a Delta Green until after this.
Well, that's why we need to contact Hutchinson, because I don't know what the fire orders are.
Well, don't you think they would have told us if someone that was quote-unquote on our side was coming out here the same time we were?
No, not in the least.
No, probably not.
Look how little information we had to go on. Look how long they withheld basic information about where we were going and what we were doing. I have no reason to suspect that they would have been any more forthright with information. Which is the troublesome thing. Listen, I'm not saying we blow up the town. I'm saying we need to take a more direct action against this because we've moved past the point of doing hi, where you from kind of situation.
Well, I'm teleporting places in my sleep, so I'm kind of at the point of saying fuck it right now. So how do you want to actually go about this?
I don't know. That's why I called a meeting.
Okay.
We need to get information. We need to know what they know, and if we can find out where they're from or what their motivations are, we fix that deficit of information. If we can destroy any files they have on us, we protect ourselves in the long run. You know how you're always going on about protecting your dad, Gwen? If these people know where you're from, which they already do because you told them, and they match your photo up with that information and anything they recorded, and Chase just kind of lets the pause sit between them for a second. It's dangerous that they have more than we have right now. We're being played and we need to take care of it.
Well, they seem friendly enough folk, at least outwardly. Why not just try and talk to them and see if you can glean shit that way?
I fully intend to. I
Okay.
think you and Sage would be a great distraction, if not outright intelligence gathering group. I think you two should go together.
Okay.
Parvana, I think you and I need to take a more direct approach.
What's the plan?
I personally think we should go to the hotel.
Right to the heart of the matter, eh?
Well, we're not going to get a better diversion than those two.
What if there's more of them than just the guys that we end up talking to?
There is. We already know that there is. There's at least an editor that we have yet to see.
Supposedly.
And I would not be surprised if he's going to make drawing him out difficult.
I'm just saying, we don't have a guarantee that you and Parvana are not going to be walking into someone who's still home.
We very well could. We'll handle it.
Alright, whatever.
We're past the safe point. We need to take action. And I do agree that we need to secure some way to get off the island first.
I can go into town tomorrow and look for spark plugs. I know what to find. I just don't know if they'll have what we need.
Could we salvage them from the boats around us?
We could try.
How many
If I
spark
could
plugs
get
do
on-
they need to have the engine actually run?
There were 2 that were missing, right, Lucas?
Yes.
Then 2. And if I can get on a boat and stay hidden, I can get them out. I know how to do that.
Well, no, I mean, if it has multiple plugs, can you take one plug and leave the other? And it'll still run so they don't suspect that it's missing.
Fuck, I don't know. Lucas?
Oh, well.
It probably would.
It depends on how many spark... I mean, I hate to speak out of character, but it depends on how many spark plugs there are.
Yeah.
If it's a 4 spark plug engine, you can typically take one and the engine will still run. It won't be as efficient. But if it's a 2 spark plug engine and you take one, it's probably not going to work very well.
Yeah.
Okay, then Gwen just said all of that to Chase.
Since we are not as mechanically inclined as Jay.
No, the shitty thing about this is, like, Gwen knows her mechanics and Darby knows fuck all about it. I know what a spark plug is. That I don't even know what one looks like, though. Like, that's the extent of my knowledge.
Well, then I think what we should do is try to find the biggest of the fishing boats we can find, because that's most likely to have a multi-cylinder engine.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting on it without anyone noticing. And, I mean, I get the whole we're nuns cover, but being dressed as a nun in the middle of all this stuff is a little bit eye-catching.
Then change.
Okay.
If you're not wearing, excuse me, sorry, that was out of character, losing my ability to speak for a second. If you're going to be doing something that would gain ire, I'd rather you not be wearing your disguise. Do you have
Alright.
something black, sleek, sneaky? I don't know.
I have my overalls, and they've got some oil stains on them, I guess.
Alright, that's at least better than a habit. Also, we should all assume from this point forward we are being directly watched. Watch what you say, watch what you do, and check your surroundings, because there's something going on.
Out of character, do we have 24 hours until the observation period thing? Roughly?
Roughly 24 hours, yeah.
Okay, just
A
checking.
little less by this point, right?
A little bit less.
Right, but
It's
a quote-unquote
past-
day.
Yeah, a quote-unquote full day.
If we are going to go into something dangerous, I feel I should do a once-over of everybody. Make sure we're in tip-top shape. We've not rested, and we've taken a few bumps and bruises getting here.
Chase just reflexively kind of pushes at his nose.
Luckily, nobody has stabbed themselves this time.
Yep.
Can we do something about the dagger? Like, fucking put it back or throw it the fuck out or something?
You can try, but it sounds like it likes you.
That's not funny.
Chase shrugs. Okay, Parvana, why don't you get on that? I'm gonna get on the horn. Gwen, after you see Parvana, why don't you go see what you can find? If you can't find one in town to
Yep.
purchase, plan B is we're gonna have to find someplace to borrow one.
All right, who has
Should
a...
I go to purchase it in my street clothes or the habit?
If you're purchasing, use the habit, because more than likely people will be more
Yeah,
willing
but
to
then
deal
they
with
know
the
that-
non.
Yeah,
if
but
you're
then
going
they
to
know
go
that us,
steal
as a
it, then
specific
come back to the
group,
boat and change.
then they
that-
know that us as a specific group are missing spark plugs. They know that we know that we're missing spark plugs.
Just say it's regular maintenance.
Yes.
All right.
Spark plugs get bad all the time.
Actually, fairly easily.
We don't have to tell them, hey, we're missing all of the spark plugs in our engine. Just say, we're going to be setting out soon, so we'd like to have some extras.
All right.
All
Someone's
right.
gonna have to give me money because I sure as fuck didn't bring any.
Chase reaches into his pocket and pulls out a wad of bills.
Yup.
Thank
'Cause
you for
guys
making it
brought
rain
your
on
slush
me.
on.
Whatever is below the cutoff limit, which I think is 200.
Yeah.
Gwen now has loads of money.
All right. Dan, would you give me 2 first aid rolls real quick?
I can do that.
Wait, am I even missing HP? No.
Yeah, you're not. It's Chase and Anderson who are currently missing HP.
Gotcha. Oh god, they are taken care of.
Wow.
2 in a
Double
row.
12s.
Holy shit.
Double. Okay, well, they're at full HP now. And they feel very good.
We'll adjust.
Yeah, I'm
Also-
going to adjust Anderson's sheet.
When Parvana goes to give Gwen the once over or whatever, she would kind of deliberately keep her away from her cut finger and just be like, don't even fucking bother with it. I don't know
What?
I don't know what might spread.
What happened? That was
Oh,
a
you know,
lie.
just
Jesus.
fucking went to sleep and just fucking was somewhere else, and there's a guy wearing my dad's face and this fucking sunflower farm. I don't really know what the fuck it was, and I really am not looking forward to doing it again.
You cut yourself with a knife.
Oh yeah, and I woke up with it in my hand, so
I see. He kind of pauses a moment and then goes back to doctorly work. You didn't feel anything leading up to that point until you went to sleep?
no, I just fell asleep. It doesn't even look infected or anything.
And I remember looking at it back at the Jack clinic. It was nothing that would cause any hallucinations or delusions or anything like that.
No, it felt very real. I don't think it was hallucination.
And you don't want to... And you still have the knife?
I threw it somewhere on the floor here. I'm assuming it's still wherever she dropped it, so she just kind of gestures to it.
It'd be upstairs and like one
Oh,
of the
never mind
bedrooms.
then.
But
Oh.
yeah,
How about I hold it for now? I have the compartments in my bag. And
Just don't fucking cut yourself on it.
from the sounds of it, if it needs to find its way back to you, it will.
Good.
And after she was done turbo tidying everybody up, she'd get the knife.
okay. It feels slightly cool to the touch. But other than that, nothing unusual about the knife. You slip it into a compartment in your bag, and
Before she does that, she wraps some gauze around the blade.
that's a smart idea.
Good call. Still gonna fucking cut me.
Otherwise, it is a very uneventful knife tucking away event.
Hold on, let me roll spot hidden. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, go right ahead. You sure?
Fumbles it. Fucks us all over.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry.
Okay.
Chase wouldn't give a shit.
Speaking
play
of
the character.
Chase, I assume you're going to get on the horn?
Yeah, now that it's actually working.
So what time of day is it?
Shortly after midnight, maybe 1
Okay.
a.m.
Just checking.
And for the record, those of you who did sleep got about maybe 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yippee!
So Chase is going to pull out his paperwork with all the fancy code shit on it and all that kind of stuff, and he's going to go to the correct frequency, and he's going to just say, permission to go to channel 2, which is another secured channel that there wasn't we were using before.
There'd be a brief delay before you would hear a familiar voice on the other end of the line say, "Permission granted," as I thumb my frickin' mic. But you would hear Hutchinson's voice on the other end of the line say, "Permission granted," before
Hutchinson, not Lukowski.
Hutchinson, not Lukowski.
Oh, thank God.
Greasy fingers.
Chase kind of takes a deep breath. We've been compromised.
There's another brief pause, followed by sort of an exhaling of breath that you can tell a swear that wasn't broadcast preceded it. What's the situation?
There's another team here.
Another pause. Have you identified the origin of the team?
No. Mixed race, mixed origin.
Give me just a moment. And the radio goes dead for a moment before chiming back in. According to my files, we've got no Delta Green assets in the area, and I don't know CIA assets present in the town either,
Other than the prison, of course.
other than the prison.
Do they typically keep observation agents in town?
As far as my paperwork represents it, they have a couple of assets among the local population who are paid for tips, and that is it.
So no American or otherwise agents in town.
Not at present, no.
Permission to go weapons free?
Granted. Also, be advised, as of your last message regarding enemy contact, I have made contact with the 1st Air Cav at Firebase Long... there's another pause as Hutchinson is clearly looking at something to get the pronunciation right. Long Bin. Firebase Long Bin. I've got a company on 24-hour watch. Go code is... Takes a moment. Hang on, one sec.
Sure.
I'm hearing weird noises downstairs.
Chase sits
Intermission.
there, the suspense killing him.
Welcome to the thrilling downstairs adventure hour. What is it the locust will find? Will it be a small animal? Will it be a burglar? Will it be some Jehovah's Witnesses knock knock knocking at the door? Will it be indigestion? He's just too shy to admit it.
Dan, you're a blessing.
All right, sorry about that. It was a stray cat on the back porch.
Small animal!
It was
There you go. First guess was successful.
Oh god, Dan makes a
What?
wonderful talk show host.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, we were narrating your absence.
Oh
Just
yeah,
I hope I
no,
like $20 now.
yeah, no. Either it was one of the neighbor's cats or it was just a stray cat. I just kind of scared it off. Anyways,
Meanwhile,
Hutchinson.
cut to downstairs. Hey! Fuck off!
I mean, oh shit! Did I actually have my mic on for that?
No!
Oh,
Is that literally what she said?
paraphrased. Yes.
So I reiterate, Dan, you are a blessing.
Yeah.
God damn it. Also, in character stuff, Gwen would just be lingering in the room while Chase is doing this communication stuff, unless he specifically, like, walled himself away, which I doubt.
Now the radio, unfortunately, is kind of in an open area.
Yeah, I figured. So she's just lingering.
But
Carry
after the long pause while Hutchinson yells at some raccoons that got into the hangar, he comes back on the radio. Go code is Whiskey Tango 34. That is Whiskey Tango 34. Tune into channel 8 to contact their airbase.
Chase writes it down and slips the little piece of paper in his pocket.
The radio chimes back on. Be advised, the time from the airbase to the island is about 40 minutes. They cannot be there readily. You're going to need to give them about an hour's notice before shit gets really bad.
Any advice on what to do with our unexpected guests?
I would suggest a conversation with one of them. Preferably a conversation they can't walk away from.
Understood.
I'll get the nail gun.
Chase kind of cracked.
Yeah. There's another sort of brief pause on the radio. You said mixed nationality. What nationality specifically?
American, I'm guessing German, Swiss, maybe? Blonde hair, pale skin, photographic experience of some sort.
There's another sort of brief pause. And then radio comes back on. Keep an eye out for any paperwork detailing either Karyotechia. They were a big name during the Second World War in this similar sort of supernatural research. Or UWM. That is Übersinnlich Wachtministerium. Both are European agencies. We've had minimal contact with them. Apparently they were having some internal issues.
To be considered hostile or friendly?
This time it is unknown. As I said, we used to operate with them pretty cooperatively, but as of about 5 years ago, they went completely radio silence. We got some garbled messages about internal strife, but you know how this game goes. You don't always get the full picture.
Understood. He kind of looks at his watch, and I will make radio contact in... He kind of waits for a second for the second hand to tick over to the next minute. In 12 hours with an update.
Roger that. Anything else?
This is a lot more complicated than we expected. We found artifacts on site.
You found artifacts on site. Have you made any sort of contact with them? Have you
Yes.
Gwen just kind of quietly groans in the corner.
There's a deep there this time he doesn't bother to key off, but you hear the deep sigh. Alright, we'll have to deal with that accordingly after the investigative period's over and we can return you to Da Nang.
Recovery priority?
Recovery, absolutely. If they can't be recovered, they must be destroyed.
Chase nods, and then for a second remembers, oh yeah, I'm on the radio, and says, I understand. I
Alright.
have archival images if we need to leave promptly.
Well, that'll be good for our research, but make sure it doesn't get in enemy hands. Again, if recovery is not possible, destruction is the next option.
Understood. Over and out.
Over and out.
Chase kind of takes the headphones off and puts them down.
It's a bad time to try to get through to my dad.
Yeah. Chase kind of nods.
All right, she
We
just
gotta
leaves it
move.
at that.
Oh. Gwen, don't
Hmm.
lose that dagger.
That's not funny.
We're under orders to either bring it back or destroy it.
Great. I told you we shouldn't have fucked with it.
Well, it'll be someone else's problem once we get back to the mainland.
I don't think that's how it works, seeing as the fucking thing is magnetized towards me.
Well, this is outside my understanding, so I'm hoping
Yup.
there's a way to get you separated. If not, I'd get comfortable with it.
That's you. Swear to God, Chase, sometimes I kind of want to take some of your teeth out of your skull.
When this is over, try it. Till then,
Right,
hold it in.
rain check.
Can I buy tickets to that?
It's actually
Sage,
gonna
don't
be
you have somewhere to be right now?
no, it's gonna be a fucking like office event where everyone just like comes around and places bets on the two characters with
Just
like matching brawl
Dark
stats.
hotel basement, you know?
Yeah, they've got their
We got a
office ties
fucking
wrapped
Fight
around their
Club.
forehead like a bandana.
Nope, I've just been sitting here reading this book, waiting for orders. Something, I don't know.
Go make contact with your friend, Samuel.
All right, come on,
No.
Sage.
Do you want us to look for spark plugs first?
Actually, Chase
Yeah.
kind of looks outside. What time is it?
It's the middle of the night, like almost exactly. I'm assuming Gwen is wearing a watch that she can kind of glance at.
Alright.
Okay, maybe we should go make contact with them. Nighttime's best time to get people all nice and confused.
You think they're still at the bar because they can be drunk? That would help.
it's not a good
Hey,
time to get into the
drunk is
hotel, though.
good.
I said that would help. I agree.
GM might let me have a bonus roll if they're drunk on my charm rolls.
I just might.
If you two can get in the hotel room, it's a plus.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And Gwen is actually now peacefully envisioning actually removing teeth from Chase's skull. And it's soothing, actually.
Good luck, girls.
So, I guess we're making our way to the bar.
Yep.
See if they're still there.
And Gwen
I need a
kind
luck
of,
roll.
don't ask!
No. At this point, the bar is closed. As you come out onto the docks, it's going to be clear very quickly that this town is hitting that point where the bars are starting to close down. Well, most of the bars are closed. Everybody's getting home. There's maybe a couple of people milling out in the quote-unquote streets, the planks between buildings that take up most of the dock. But there's just a few people milling around here and there, but they all seem to be locals. You certainly don't see a large black man towering over any of the other groups like you did last time, and you don't see a pale blonde man either. But that's just in the general vicinity of the bar you were at previously.
I guess we should make our way towards the hotel.
Ooh, do we know where the inn is at even? Oh boy.
Yes, you do, because
Yeah, he told us, didn't he?
the Port Authority, yeah, he recommended you get around there when you first came in.
Lucas,
Yes.
can I follow?
Are you trying to do so without them knowing?
Yes, but hold on just a second. I was actually going to
Okay.
say something. I was going to basically tell Anderson and Parvana to get some rest if they can.
Anderson will.
Parvana?
Happily dream of potatoes.
I'll try.
Unless you want to come along. But I ditched the lab coat.
I've already ran my head against this book as much as I can. I'm going to try to get some rest.
Alright. I'll be back if I find anything of interest. And Chase, like, you kind of see him reach into the top of his cassock and pull out the white plastic rim that is, typical of a priest. And now he's basically just wearing an all black, long outfit. And he grabs a
That's clever.
very specific flash unit with a red lens on it and changes the film in the camera.
Okay.
Are you going to show up that idiot photographer more?
Nah, I just have access to better equipment. He kind of adjusts the lens a little bit. Okay, so this is after they would have left, so...
Yeah. But even still, if you're trying to keep your
I'm
distance,
gonna
you are...
spin the luck.
Okay, so that's 7 luck to figure out where they're going. To follow them stealthily, though, you're going to need a stealth roll. That being said, because you went to the effort of getting... What?
Oh, I rolled spot hidden. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna spend the 7 luck on that, but hold on. I thought I rolled stealth.
Well, actually, hold up. What is your stealth value? Because...
It's lower than that, so don't worry about that.
Well,
I
go ahead
can-
and... Well, what I was going to say, let's count that as a 62. But because you went through all the effort of, blacking out your robes and doing all that, I'm going to give you a bonus dice since it's the middle of the night. So go ahead and roll stealth again. Okay. Wow, it's going to be 7. It's going to be 7 luck.
No matter what.
Wow.
Well, okay.
You tried. That was a nice GM thing to hypothetically do.
But yeah, you're going to have to spend 7 luck to do that.
That's fine. I've got plenty of luck. For now.
Yep.
Alright, so quietly back behind them.
All right.
So I
Now
guess
you
we're
may
heading
proceed,
to
I'm
the
sorry.
Hotel. Yeah.
Well, the hotel is going to be situated on the opposite side of the river from the farm you'd been on earlier. And in fact, it's kind of the largest building in the entire town. It's shockingly large compared to the size of the town, and shockingly well built. It sits right on the edge of the water, right at that border between where the land begins and where the dock sort of village begins, where it's on physical land, but it's right there, beachfront property kind of deal. But it is, out of everything, it seems to be the most recently built building, and at 2 stories with balconies and some nice decoration, it's the most modern building as well. It almost looks like something you might see in somewhere in Europe. Very well designed. And also, despite the lateness of the night, still lit up pretty well.
You reckon they have some sort of bar in there with coffee? I'd kill for coffee.
I don't think it would be open anymore.
God damn.
We still need to figure out a way to get them out of the room.
No, let's just go in and look around first before we start worrying about that.
Just
And then
go in and
Sorry.
look around.
in the lobby and see, what if they're hanging? I don't know. Just look.
Okay, so I guess we're going to go into the Hotel.
Yep.
I'm also going to take a look around for anything in the hotel that.
Yeah, I was gonna
be-
roll spot hidden too, but actually, she's got it covered.
Well, you might get a better one than me, and then I might. I
That's
don't know.
if I fumble, it's not worth it. Locust, please inform us what she sees, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay. But sort of as you walk into the hotel, it's very new. You can tell this building was built in like the last 5 years tops. Nothing is old. I mean, it's 1960s new, so not the tip top of technology for the time period. There's a nice reception counter with a bell on it. The floors are very clean, but as far as the lobby goes, it's empty. There's not even anybody behind the counter. There is an attaching bar, but the doors are closed, and you can clearly see a sign flipped, and you would be able to read this, Sage, that says, "Sorry, we are now closed."
Boo.
Would it have an opening time so I could tell Gwen?
Yes. 5 p.m. to 1 a.m.
5 p.m. to 1 a.m.? Then it would be open right now.
It's a little
It's
after
midnight.
1. It's a little
Oh,
after
okay.
1.
Bison's midnight.
It's recently closed.
Oh, boo.
You missed it by like maybe 15 minutes.
Oh, fuck. Now I'm pissed. Don't tell Gwen. She'll actually be upset.
Okay, then I'll be like, oh, I may as well not tell her this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Metagaming.
since there's nobody at the bar right now, could I do like a listen check or something to make sure nobody's like around at all?
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, can I just recommend having the spot hidden maybe applied to seeing if there's security cameras watching us?
Yeah, would that?
There
would
are no
that-
security cameras.
Okay.
Oh, that's
the-
nice.
Yeah, this isn't the pinnacle of you're not breaking into Fort Knox, and that kind of technology isn't super prevalent yet. I mean, you do have CCTV cameras, but
Mm.
On a fisherman town.
yeah,
in
exactly.
Vietnam.
You're
Right.
not going to have. Point is, there are absolutely no cameras,
Okay.
and also you don't hear shit.
Can I, while we're just at this whole like roll and shit, can I roll listen and sense something interesting on Rocket?
Yes, absolutely, you can.
There goes listen. Oh, he hears the void. And hang on, let me just knock this out too. Oh no! What the fuck? This dog sucks again!
Rocket does hear something. He paws up to hang on. He basically walks up to the lobby desk where he kind of sits for a moment and tilts his head before lifting back up on his haunches and getting up onto the lobby counter, going after the ham sandwich that he smells on the other side, putting a paw on the bell and ringing it as he kind of reaches over the lobby to get at that sandwich.
Okay.
Gwen
Sage.
curses kind of loudly. Not loudly. I take that back. Gwen curses audibly. Not loudly, but clearly. And she puts a fucking hand on the handle on the goddamn dog's harness and just hoists him right off, man modes that shit, and lifts him clear off the counter and deposits him back onto the floor and tells him to sit his ass down.
Sage is going to try and find the names of the people in the hotel while she's making it look like she is straightening up the papers that Rocket just not kind of disarrayed with his body, and she's gonna make it look like she's trying to straighten up while at the same time she's kind of dirty. She's kind of
Making it worse.
making it worse while making it better at the same time. Yes.
Also,
Okay.
Gwen would.
Well,
kind
no,
of,
I'm making it worse
reach
while I'm
over.
trying to make it look like I'm trying to make it better.
Okay,
Right,
well,
right.
hold up for a second. Give me time to respond to what you're doing, folks.
Sorry.
Well, I'm sorry. I was gonna add something that I should have said first. Is like Gwen would reach to like with her hand, try and silence the bell, to stop the vibration stuff. That's it.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's too late and the bell has been rung.
Right.
And out from behind the lobby counter emerges a small Vietnamese man wearing fairly nice uniform, button-up shirt, pants tucked into his pants. He's,
Pants tucked into his pants.
shit, shirt tucked into his pants. No, he does the Rick and Morty thing and folds himself 12 times
Oh,
just
good
into
for
the
him.
air. Sanity checks for everybody, hard sanity checks. Especially Chase, because you're lurking in the corner and take a hard. Actually, no, Chase, you need an extreme
I'm
sanity check.
outside.
Roll 6d20 for sanity loss, as you just watched a man fold himself 12 times. Anyways,
It's
no,
okay. Rocket will just eat him too now that he can fit in his mouth and his dog has no fucking self-control.
he just likes food.
What the hell is that?
The
Oh,
pants
you guys are idiots.
Shay, would you have any sanity left, or would you be like negative 10 sanity at that point?
Oh,
I would
God.
be negative 10 sanity.
Yeah. Okay.
Shay's going skinny dipping in the docks.
Yeah, he's going skinny dipping with the deep ones. Anyways,
He thinks they're his friend.
but a small, well-dressed Vietnamese man kind of emerges from a back room, looking a little bit bleary-eyed and being like, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" Seeing that not Parvana, Sage is going through the paperwork.
No, I'm not going through the paperwork. I'm trying to straighten it up because there was a doggy on it.
Go ahead and roll sleight of hand and library use.
Composite rolls.
Yep, because you're trying to do two very different things at the same time.
Question. Did Rocket just inhale the entire sandwich, or is there just a sandwich with a big dog bite out of it?
Well, there's a sandwich. He didn't quite get it in his mouth. He kind of licked at it, so the bread came off, and now it's just got big old dog slobber all over it.
I was hoping that he licked it, but it's not visible, so this guy's gonna go eat a dog lick sandwich. But
Oh no, it's totally visible, but he didn't get a bite out of it.
well,
Wait. If he comes out and I'm sitting there, I'm trying to make it look like I'm straightening it up. Is there any way I could try and get his eyes up, maybe instead of at what my hands are doing, and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Our dog just saw your sandwich and just went after it, trying to get his eyes up. That
Yeah,
way,
flash
that
your
I can
tits.
But
charm."
first, you're
Instead
gonna
of
need
doing
to
a
do.
sleight of hand.
First, you're gonna
She's
need to do
trying.
the sleight of hand and the library use.
Ooh, she's
Then
trying.
we'll see if we can modify it with a charm roll.
Hey,
Okay, you are able to actually figure out. You basically, going through the papers, you're able to see. You know what room they're in. They're on the second floor. They've got two rooms right next to each other, as well as a name on a third room nearby that doesn't sound right. It's not a Vietnamese name. It's definitely a foreigner name. You might have suspicions about the room to the third room as well, but you have no confirmation. It's not under one of their one of their names that they gave you. But you
But
were able to
can I-
find Samuel Porter in the room.
So they're
Can I
actually
ask-
using that name for
Yes.
the hotel. Okay.
can I ask if it's clear what ethnicity the third name is?
You're not reading it.
I know,
It's in
but for her,
Vietnamese. Oh,
does it sound a certain way where you'd go, "Hey, that's a German name" or anything? I know Gwen wouldn't know that, but I'm asking for Angie basically.
Helmet sparkle.
Oh my God, Jay.
it's Hans von Germanschmidt.
All right, well, fuck you. Never mind. I heard
Of
you.
the Austrian Death Flowers.
Can
Yes.
our vote be the SS Austrian Death Flower?
Oh my God. Anyways, no, it could be an English name. It might be a French name. It's not a German name.
Gotcha.
It's a name I haven't actually generated yet. So
Okay,
oopsie.
it's just distinctly not Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyways, but unfortunately, you're really not making a go of it with your charm or your sleight of hand. You may attempt to distract him with charm, yes, but now you've got his attention. So go ahead and use your titties.
Sage actually pulls her habit up over her head and flashes a man, and then we run.
I mean,
No.
successful.
it could work.
No.
Anyways, the man sort of almost lunges forward at first, like he's going to grab Sage, but then he kind of catches a better look at her, and she keeps talking. He's like, "Well, no, just that's hotel paperwork. You can't be going through that. I'll clean it up. I'll clean it up. Thank you. Just your dog got into my."
Sage, understanding and immediately back. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. We didn't. I'm sorry. We tried to catch him before he got to it. He was
Tell
just
him
so
the dog's
fast.
a fucking idiot.
I'm not gonna say that. He's usually much better behaved than this. Otherwise, I would have been prepared.
No, he
I'm
isn't.
so.
Hey, who's that? Chase, what
Jason.
are you doing in the corner?
Well, I just no, not there. Sorry.
Nobody except for me and the hotel clerk knows what the fuck I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah,
Not even Chase.
Yeah, but that was funny.
the man sort of morosely looks at his sandwich, and I don't know why he has a sandwich in Vietnam, but I wasn't thinking when I said that. Whatever.
Roll for luck to see what kind of sandwich it is.
No, we're not. No. If anybody rolls luck in their fucking, I'm taking sanity away. Anyways, God damn it. The man sort of morosely looks at his food, and before just kind of tipping the plate into the trash, not even no hesitation, just tips it in the trash and sort of sits in his chair with a sigh. Well, are you here to check in?
Yes, actually. Do you? How much is it for a night? We're exhausted, and that boat that we're on right now is just so horrible. I know we're used to it, but I was just hoping that when we got away, we might treat ourselves just a tiny bit.
The man sort of goes over a ledger, and he's like, well, normally it's $10 a night for a 2-bedroom, but considering the hour and what charming company you are, I can get you a suite for that same price.
Oh, what room is the suite in? That would be so nice.
The man gets up and sort of walks back to a wall of keys, and he lifts a pair of keys off of a little hook and brings it back to you. It's going to be room 299, second floor, all the way in the back left corner.
Oh, thank you so. How far is
When-
that from the? Would I be able to know about how far away that would be from Samuel Porter?
Guys, yeah.
The guys.
Roughly, it's about 30, 40 rooms, basically down the hallway.
Just
Well,
down
Not
the
quite.
hall.
Yeah, kind of. It's basically the hotel's one big square. So it's the same hallway, but they're almost at the complete other end of it.
Gwen would see that a key is being exchanged, and she'd go, "What? Do we have a room here now? If I have money, should I pay him?"
Actually, you've both got money.
Oh yeah, no, I have. No, $10
Okay.
isn't gonna hurt
Sorry.
me too much at all.
Yeah, no, sorry. I thought Gwen was the only one with cash.
Oh,
so
oh
never
yeah,
mind.
that's right. We can spend some of Chase's cash. Yes, let's do this.
Yeah, that'll get him. Gwen says enthusiastically and slams all the money on the counter. Have a tip.
Chase frowns from the shadows.
The man, again,
Anyway,
Takes a photo.
anyway.
With superior
Um,
flash.
We shit. 1 second. Okay, you guys. Okay, 1 second. We were actually referred to by a Mr. Samuel Porter. He was just so charming. Is there any way we might be able to have a room just a little closer to him? He was just so nice, and he had such interesting conversation, and the places he's been have just been incredible.
the man sort of looks at Sage, then looks at the big fat wad of money that Gwen slapped down on the counter.
Okay, that was only partially in character.
then looks at Sage, and just quietly slips the wad of money onto
How
his side of the
much
counter.
money did you give him?
I don't know all of it.
Uh,
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. Fuck, I'm kidding.
Let's say $15.
$15 is good. $15. He has
That
a
would have
little
been
too.
a night and a half.
Double it always.
Double it
Double
always.
it.
Okay, then it's $20, I guess. Then.
Okay, so then the $20, he sort of slips that to himself and hooks the key that he was about to give you, and he says, "Sure, this is right next, 2 doors down from his." And hands you another key.
Oh, thank you so much. It's still kind of the same kind of bed, right?
Unfortunately, this isn't a suite, but our doubles are very lovely, very comfortable. Should be much better than sleeping on a ship. I mean, it certainly won't rock as much.
As much? What do you think we're gonna be doing? I know I look like a lesbian, but come on.
I so wanted
And
that
there's-
to be in character.
I
And
did
there's
too,
still
but Gwen can't understand Vietnamese.
there's still two beds in there.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, thank you so much. This will be perfect. Do I need to do another charm roll, bet my eyelashes, just to make him be happy, or?
I mean, you
Okay.
can try to do a charm roll to just make him happy.
Are you trying to accomplish something though? Because if you
I mean,
fumble it, remember, we're gonna get it bit in our asses.
I mean, if all you're trying to accomplish is just make him happy, as a GM, I would say it's not really worth the roll. But if you want to do it, I can't stop you.
It'd be worth it. It's okay. He's happy. He's already happy.
Leave the
You saw
customer
your-
unsatisfied.
Did you by any chance see if Samuel is in, or if Samuel or did we get the name of the other guy?
No.
Not even when I was looking at the register.
Actually, you did get his name. Okay.
I'm gonna just.
And
by any
I didn't
chance-
write it down.
Mr.
Blondie
McGuffin.
McFuckface.
No.
Blondie McDuffin.
God damn it. It was actually one of the names I wrote down, and now it's not in my notes. Oh my god, I knew there was something I forgot to do beforehand.
You need a fucking secretary.
I really do. Mostly just for writing down all these freaking names.
Just make
But yes,
one
you
up
did
and
get
write
his
it down.
name. Give me a moment while I go through.
Okay.
my
Okay,
order.
I'm just gonna
So
be is Mr. Porter and his whatever his name is in by any chance, or are they still out?
To get that's good information, and that'd be a good way. That would be a good way to use a charm roll. So I would bet your eyelashes at him and try to get that information out. And it's Marco Klein.
Well,
No, I'm spending the luck. I'm sorry.
You're gonna
fuck
spend
yeah.
the 2 Okay.
that's a
2
good call.
points, totally worth it.
Yeah, that's totally worth it. The man, again, he sort of looks at you, then looks down a little bit, and then looks at, your face again, having caught himself. Yes, actually, Mr. Porter was quite inebriated when he came in. Mr. Klein was helping him to his room. They came in not more than an hour ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry I missed them. That's okay. And his friend, was he okay? Do you think he might still be awake?
Oh, it's hard to say. I mean, I haven't been down that way yet. Tonight I haven't done it with my rounds.
Well, I was mostly just asking if he might have been inebriated too.
Oh, he didn't seem to be. He seemed a little upset, if anything.
Oh, well, I hope he's all right. Oh, thank you so much. These beds are going to be so much better than that lumpy bed that we have on that boat.
Oh, well, please enjoy them. I hope you make the best of them. They're very comfortable. The man sort of gets a really big grin on, a really big suggestive grin.
Gwen doesn't like it, but she doesn't understand the context.
But I'm not playing it. I didn't mean that suggestively. I just meant.
No, but
Just
he
let it
meant it
happen.
suggestively. You charm this guy twice. He means it suggestively.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, fine. If I, yeah.
Titties are a power you need to use sparingly.
They're kind of under a very unflattering habit, but okay.
I wasn't using my titties. I was using, you know what, fuck it. I don't know what I was using. I was just trying to be charming and nice and...
Well, that's how you use titties.
Yeah.
When they leave the desk, is it possible for Chase to kind of check the lights that are on in the window still for the hotel floors? See if there's anything that can be seen.
I mean, what are you trying to see?
I'm just trying to see how generally occupied or how many people are awake at this hour generally. In the
Oh,
hotel.
yeah. Yes. And that's not really going to require a spot hidden roll because that's very basic. But from the front of the building, near as you can tell, most of the actual room lights are out. There are some lights on the outside of the building illuminating it, and a few rooms are up at this hour. But comparatively, it's like maybe 2 or 3 rooms out of a front of maybe 50 rooms.
Right.
So for the most part, people are
People be
either
sleeping.
they're either asleep or very much settled into sleep.
It is 1 in the morning, so.
Yeah, but no
Yeah.
one's burning the midnight oil, as it would seem.
Well,
There might
not
be-
many.
Yeah, not many.
Okay, then.
Okay, since Sage knows which rooms they are in, as we walk to our room, I'm going to check to see exactly which rooms by numbers, which rooms they are in. Since I got that. I don't know how the fuck I got that with only a 20 library use, but hey, I'm gonna go for that.
Good RNG. It happens sometimes.
Yay, something hopefully that I can upgrade. Anyway,
Then would also want to have a relay of that conversation and just understand what the fuck just happened.
I've batted my eyelashes a lot.
Fair enough, I guess.
Anyway, I'm going to tell her which rooms. No, I'm going to wait until we are out of hearing of the
Good
hotel
call.
clerk. Is there there's not elevators? Is there elevators? Or
It would just be stairs.
It would just be stairs. Okay.
Oh,
So-
I was gonna say, how many floors is it?
It's literally 2 floors.
It's 2.
Okay.
Okay, we're on the 2nd floor.
You guys are on the 2nd floor, sort of near to the building. Lovely view of the jungle. Well,
Okay.
the
So
edge of the jungle.
I am going to go ahead and give Gwen a lowdown of everything that was said. After we're out of earshot, and wait a minute. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, make sure nobody else is fucking following us.
I mean,
well, not
can Glenn
including
roll
well,
spot hidden.
Not in,
Yes, you can.
All right.
Oh,
You
Yeah.
can spot me if you want.
well,
Well, if we can.
I'm not really going for you.
Ooh.
I'm going for seeing if anybody is just following
Yeah.
us. Well, not,
Yeah, just
not
in
here
general.
specifically, just, in general, making sure nobody's really around so that they can hear us. As I have this very whispered conversation that hopefully only she can hear.
Well,
What does Gwen see?
as you're walking through the hotel, considering that Chase is outside
Mhm.
and you are inside, especially on the very inside of the building, you don't even have windows until you're inside a room. You don't see shit.
Well, like she said, I wasn't doing that specifically for Chase. I was just in general checking out the surroundings.
You still don't see shit.
Okay.
Okay, real quickly, I am going to try a listen roll again. This is separately, just so, again, hopefully nobody
Okay.
is around listening. As soon as I find my listen roll.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
Distinctly, you can hear some strange voices in the sky that seem to be narrating exactly what you're hearing. And for a moment, you can almost swear that you're part of some other worldly system with strange gods and strange agendas pulling your strings to push you towards an entertaining story on some sort of broadcasted network. And then you
Also,
snap
the
back
dog
to
has
reality and
singing
realize that
voices
nobody's
around him.
listening to you.
Oh, okay, awesome. With that extreme success, would I know for sure nobody's listening to me? Like, I would hear them if, like, they were creeping on us or anything?
Well, I mean, you
Yes.
can just check
Okay.
the stream numbers.
It's true. At the same time, your success is so extreme, and this realization about the universe is so extreme that the truth is going to make you lose 1 sanity point.
Oh my
But the
god.
clarity that comes with that truth is going to make you gain 1 sanity point.
Oh, okay.
So she's kind of on par with the dog now as far as this kind of ridiculous knowledge goes.
She
She
briefly
can
knew
actually
she's a
speak
character in the
telepathically
game.
to the dog.
No, not quite. That wasn't an animal handling role.
That's true. That's true. That's true. All right. Anyways, so we get in the room.
Okay. Actually, before we get, I'm gonna on the way. I'm gonna make sure that I tell her everything that was said. Was nothing really all that big.
Mhm.
I'm going to tell her which rooms they are in. As we approach our room, I'm going to double check to see exactly which rooms these guys are in, how far away they are, exactly how many doors, and like how many meters. Because you said this has balconies, right?
Yes.
Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside and I'm going to see if their lights are on from our balcony.
Oh, from inside the room, you're going outside. You're not actually
Yeah.
leaving the hotel. All right.
No. I'm going to more or less see exactly which rooms they're in. I'm going to go straight through and see if their lights are on right now.
Okay. As you get into your room, one, it's a very nice room. This is actually, again, like I said, a very new hotel, and generally it seems to be catering towards a sort of higher class clientele, so it's very nice. But you kind of skip past that, scoot on out to the balcony, and more or less you are 2 rooms down from the ring of rooms that are occupied by the other agents. Those that one room between you and them, their light is off. Then the next light is off, the next light is off, and the final light is on. And the 2 rooms you would recognize are the room of the editor, the room of Samuel under the name of Samuel Porter, and the room with the light on is the room under the name of Marco.
Okay, so the one that has us made most likely is the one that's up.
Yes.
Okay.
Gwen would make sure that the door is locked nice and securely behind them. And then flop down on the bed and start taking off the goddamn habit.
Is there a lock? Oh yes, Sage is actually going to go ahead and take off the habit as well. Is there a lock
On the inside of the door? I assume so.
no. On
Oh.
the balcony.
The balcony door?
The balcony door, does it have a lock?
Yes, it does.
How sturdy of a lock are we talking?
It's a very simple flip latch. Real simple. Not really sort of intended to be opened from the outside, but not that sturdy. I mean, it's new, so it's not worn down. It's not rusty. It's not something that you would what's the word? It's not, it's not
What
one with age. It's very new, so it's got that going for it, but it's just not a very well built lock to begin with. It's just kind of cheap.
There.
Yeah.
It's mostly for aesthetics.
Yeah.
Make people think that it can lock. Okay.
Well, it can lock. It's more for their comfort because realistically, I mean, what kind of threat are you going to face coming at you from your 2nd-story balcony?
2 nuns, apparently.
Apparently. Combat nuns.
So, anyways, Gwen would kind of just hang out on the bed, and Rocket would help himself right up onto there with her, and she'd just kind of be like, so, what, do we live here now? Like,
I think this is just for tonight. I fed him, of course, the story about us just wanting a nice place to sleep for tonight. She's saying this as you can tell she's distracted. She's judging the length between the balconies.
Is she outside on the balcony now?
I'm outside on the balcony right now.
Would she have to roll a spot hidden to see a cigarette light up?
Depends. What side of the building are you on?
I imagine he's just kind of quietly walking around.
No, I don't imagine she would have to, because that's going to stick out pretty easily in the dark.
I mean, it's not like he's waving the match or anything. It would just be like someone lit a cigarette and then, you know.
Right, but if you're on
Anyway.
the same facing of the building, it's going to be pretty easy to see you in the night.
So anyway, GM, about how much distance is there between the balconies, or is there just a rail between the balconies?
It's about maybe 2-3 feet. Little bit of distance, but not very much. You could reach out and slap somebody on the other balcony if they were standing at the opposite end.
Okay, much to probably Gwen's dismay, Sage is going to grab the one side. Meanwhile, I guess I'm going to spot that Chase has lit a cigarette. According to Jay.
Yeah.
And I have taken off my nun habit because that would be just a little too much to try and shuffle over.
Gwen's just watching her going, what the hell are you doing?
I'm trying to gather intel. Shh.
What? You're not a monkey. Get off of there.
I'd rather not go through the front door. How about you?
Where are you gonna go if they spot you out on the balcony and you gotta climb your ass all the way back over here to get out of the way?
Well, then I guess there'll just be no more Sage.
Out of character, Angie. You cannot suicide her that dedicatedly.
Hey, you don't know what Sage has gone through in her life.
Okay.
I think that's her way of
Sage
saying,
jumps
you don't
off
know
the fucking
me.
balcony. Bye, Sage.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Well, Gwen's just gonna kind of sit there and kind of entertain herself just watching the shenanigans play out.
Okay, so basically she's trying to get over to the next balcony.
Yes.
She's not going to call out to Chase on the ground floor or anything?
Did I actually question?
Yes.
Did I actually see him? Okay, so I did actually see him.
Yes.
Okay, then I guess before I climb over, I guess I'm going to try to signal him. What the fuck are you doing here?
Wow, that's a little loud.
I
He's
said hand
signal.
signal.
People are
Hand signal.
trying
Very
to
loudly
sleep.
hand signaling.
Violently and angrily
She's
hand
actually-
signaling.
Aggressively sign languaging. What the fuck are you doing here?
I actually don't have sign language, but
That'd be
Chase
fun.
just kind of takes the freshly lit cigarette, stomps it under his foot, and actually walks out of sight, walking around the side of the building.
Sage flips him off.
What the hell are you doing, woman?
We have a little bit of company besides ourselves. Apparently Chase decided to follow us. I'm going to say turn around and, whisper angry whispers. He apparently doesn't trust us, I guess. Fuck it.
Well, I mean, you are trying to climb around the side of a fucking building into someone's balcony, so maybe we need
Quietly.
babysitting.
Chase trusts you all fine. He's there for support. But speaking of, Locus,
Yes.
power get to this building?
You can actually see power lines running basically along the edge of the forest, along the road, sort of towards the center of the island.
Do they have a power plant?
Somewhere, yeah.
Okay. Okay. What's around the hotel?
Power
Uh,
plant.
The power plant.
Yeah. It's all electronics.
Is there Is there a breaker on the outside of the building? Like, where does the power come into the building?
From the power
yes.
plant.
God damn it, Dan.
Dan's got pent up sass from not being actively included this round.
Yeah, he's just gonna sass us from the background. Yes, there would be a breaker on the outside of the building that would lead in. If you want to roll a spot hidden, you can see if you can find it.
Oh, he better not turn off the lights while I'm doing this.
Gwen just shits herself laughing. Boo.
You
Well,
can
I'm gonna
push it or
push
spend
that.
luck. Okay.
No,
yeah.
that's 5. That's 5. Just spend luck. That's
No.
super cheap.
Nope.
Okay.
He got a
Gotta
coin
push
flip.
Oh,
Oh,
mean,
boy.
I'm very close. Yeah, I'll spend luck. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need a fumble.
I'm not worried about a fumble. I just.
Well, if
I
you
am.
push it and even if you don't fumble, it's still bad
Yeah.
things happen.
Yeah.
It's the pushing it that's the risk, not
Yeah.
the fumble.
Right.
You fumble.
Let's.
You look, you see an explosion. Chase exclaims, "No, the power plant!"
God damn it.
All right, so that is a success.
Actually, before I go, I'm gonna see if the hotel. Oh shoot! If the hotel has a flashlight, or more specifically, a pen light.
You know that Gwen has a flashlight in Rocket's little backpack, right?
What about a pen light?
That's kind of what it is. Yeah. I don't know if it's like super small, but it's not like a big honking thing. It's a little handheld thing.
Okay, then as I get over there, I'm gonna be like, Gwen, hand me your pen light.
What the fuck is wrong with just waiting until the morning and seeing if we can catch them at the continental breakfast?
I'll tell you that.
Okay, and she just kind of goes into Rocket's little harness and fishes around, pulls out the flashlight, and just goes, you know, you're gonna break your neck.
Probably.
Jesus. And so she kind of goes and stands on the balcony, because as funny as it would be for Sage to topple to her death, she actually doesn't want to just stand by while this woman dies, so she's gonna try and like stand there and idly just kind of linger, wishing that she could be helpful and also wishing that Sage wasn't doing this.
All right, so are you actually trying to go over the balcony now?
Yes. Well,
All right.
I'm on the second balcony. I mean, I'm on the one next to us.
Well, you're going to need to do a dexterity roll.
Oh, fuck.
Thankfully, since they're so close together, it'll be one dexterity roll for the whole group.
Hey, she flies.
There you go. You do fine. At the same time, Chase, you have found the breaker box.
Does it look like it's locked or anything?
It is locked, yes.
Oh boy. Let's take a look at that lock.
Ooh,
Oh, this is a cheap lock.
Yeah,
It's actually a piece of twine.
it's not much of a lock. You're able to easily, if you want to, open it.
Yeah. I mean, how much light is there on this around here?
Not as much on the backside.
Okay, that's good then.
It would be much easier to hide out here.
Okay, and he doesn't have a cigarette anymore. He put that out pretty much as
Yep.
soon as he got confirmation from Sage. Okay, then I'm going to take a look at the setup and see if it's an old style kind of breaker box or if it's a fuse set. What do we got here?
It would be an old style breaker box.
Oh my god.
And you
Well-
can do whatever the hell you want to it.
We're fucking secret
Yeah.
agents.
Yeah.
That's
So are they
Sage.
labeled? I'm assuming in Vietnamese.
Yes.
Okay.
Would they have like
Actually-
a French above it?
Yeah, they would have French and Vietnamese because the workmen who probably put this in were French workmen.
Well, more importantly, there's going to be two larger sets of breakers. That's the power going in and the power going to specific things like HVAC, etc. Those things that are going to really take a lot of power.
Gwen comes on the walkie-talkie and goes, cut the red wire.
No, Chase doesn't need that. He takes out his little plier knife and he finds basically the inside wire. And now, if you pop a breaker, you make all sorts of noise, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if the power goes out of the power plant, it's pretty quiet, right? The lights just go out. And I have a feeling that losing power in this town is not unusual. Is that too much of an assumption to make?
No, that's a fair assumption to make.
Chase just literally cuts through the incoming line from going out of the main breaker to the rest of it. So he doesn't trip it. He just literally removes power, not coming in, but going out of the breaker to the rest of the box.
Okay.
And then he
So-
closes it and locks the lock.
So are like the lights and shit
The
in the
power
hotel
would
off?
just quietly cease.
Yep. Power just
Okay.
died.
Okay, so
Everything
Gwen
is off now in the hotel.
Worth
Gwen is now
noting
looking
about
at-
you doing it this way too. If they open the box, they would have to remove the main breaker to find out that why there's no power going anywhere.
Gwen is now looking at a dark room, going, "Well, Chase did something."
Sage is trying to figure out if she's happy about this or upset. Because he just made it easier and harder for her. Okay. She's going to be happy about this for now. She's going to be like, ooh, yay, no lights whatsoever. Unfortunately, I hate to ask this, but that guy would actually go out into the hallway, right? To say why the fuck the guy that had his lights on would probably go out into the hallway, right?
I mean,
'Cause
that
going
might
out-
happen.
I mean, to be fair, if you're in a hotel and the lights go out, walking out into the hall doesn't like do anything about that. I would just be like, well, I guess we just sit around and wait for the lights to come back on.
Well, no,
You
usually
might do that too.
well, it's every now and then they go to the hallway just like, oh, do you know when it's going to come back on? Because usually the hotel manager will walk around and
Well, it's also 1 a.m. It's kind of presumed people are asleep.
sleep, right? Okay. So hopefully, yeah, he'll just sit there instead of, coming out onto the balcony and fucking me. But
I mean, that might happen
Whoa,
too.
whoa! Only if you succeed the
That's
charm roll.
that's a critical charm roll.
There's a lot of
Gwen
things that
goes and-
could potentially happen. What
Gwen
are you gonna
gouges
do?
out her eyes.
anyway, Sage is going to go to the, I guess, Samuel Porter's room is the first one that I'd come across.
Yes.
And I'm going to shit. With this kind of lock, what would I have to get away with to
Depends on how you're trying to open the door. If you're going to try to... There are a few ways. It is a simple latch. There are a few ways that you could try to open a simple latch like that.
Can I ask, is it like a sliding bolt, or is it something that she could stick something through the slot of the door and like lift it out?
You might be able to do that.
Okay, yeah, that's actually what I'm gonna try to
Okay, that's not really going to be locksmith because you're not trying to pick lock. You're not trying to do anything.
I'm just
That
trying
is
to
going
lift
to
it up.
be that is going to be dexterity again because you're trying to get it just right. It is a bit of physical finesse. Can't quite get it. Also, what are you actually even sticking through the door to try and open the lock? Because this isn't really when you would just have a credit card sitting around in the back of your wallet to go after one of these latches.
A hairpin.
Okay. Yeah, you can't quite get the hairpin to catch on the latch and lift it up the way you want it to.
Gwen would be watching this and she'd go, "Is that not working? I've got a fucking knife. Do you want a knife?"
Yeah, sure. Let's try the knife. I'd have to get back to the middle balcony.
No. We can hand it over.
No,
Are you not?
She's 2 balconies over at this point. She's not
Oh.
directly next to you.
I thought she was only 1 over.
Throw the knife at her.
I could throw it. I
That
was
would be
thinking
a
of like a
dexterity roll.
switchblade. No. I was thinking it was like a switchblade. Okay, hang on.
It would
It's
still be a dexterity. It'd still be a dexterity to
Angie.
see if...
Angie, I have 70 dexterity.
Well, but I'm the one that's catching it. Who'd have
No,
to
but
decide?
my roll is all that counts, unless
Yeah.
I'm mistaken.
Okay.
All right. So Gwen goes and gets the switchblade out of Rocket's bag, and it is like the blade is concealed. She's not going to be stabbing Sage in the face with this. And she goes and kind of lightly underhands it to Sage and makes sure that she's watching and everything. And she rolls dexterity. Oh no!
I think we just lost that knife.
Wait.
No, it's just a fail. It's not a
Right.
fumble. It's not been pushed.
So she doesn't.
Does it land on
she
the
doesn't-
middle one?
She hasn't done anything because
Yeah,
that's
I
how
just
the
choose
rules
not
work.
to throw it. Okay.
Chose not to
I
throw it,
mean-
realized that it was too dark and she couldn't see that well.
So I could push it, and I have a 70% chance. However, last time I did that, I had a 75% chance with animal handling, and we all know how well that went.
Yup.
So, I'd like to phone a friend. What does everyone else think I should do here?
Sage is actually gonna go back to the middle one.
Oh, that'd be nicer too.
That's going to be a dexterity check.
Oh god damn it!
I can just push it. I have a higher chance of succeeding than you do.
Okay, maybe.
No, yeah, but if
No,
she...
no.
Hold up.
No, wait.
Hold up. If she does her dexterity check, Sage, and fumbles it or fails it, she doesn't lose anything. So if she
That's true.
tries it, even though it's a lower chance, there is no consequence. Whereas if you throw that, even though it's a higher chance of success, there is a potential for bad stuff to happen if you should fail. I would
That's
say
very
go with the
true.
lower chance and hope that it's not a fumble.
And then if that fails, I can push my roll too, right?
Oh
so
fuck! You know what? Spend the 2 fucking luck. I'm sorry. No.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend the 2
Yeah.
luck.
that's worth it. And then I'm assuming I don't have to roll dex because I can just hand it to
Yes,
her.
now you can just hand it to her. And that's also going to cover you getting back to the other balcony. You don't have to worry about, another dexterity roll. So you're back on the balcony that you were on Porter's balcony
With an X.
with a knife.
And that was a
I
fucking
am allowed to
circus act.
use the luck on dexterity rolls, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
The only thing you can't spend luck on is a luck roll.
Well,
Which
that
makes
makes
perfect
sense.
sense. Yeah.
And you also can't use it if you push a roll. It's either push a roll or spend luck. You can't do both.
Makes sense. Okay, so yeah, no, I that's so worth the 2 luck. Too bad I can't level up my dexterity.
All right, go pick the lock now.
Okay, so I'm going to try the lifting it up again.
Okay, that is going to be dexterity. This does not count as pushing the roll because this is something completely different.
Heyo!
All right, even if it was pushing the roll, you hear that lock come up and the door is now open. However,
No, not open yet. I'm not opening it yet.
well, but it can be opened.
Okay.
However, because of the blinds, you can't see into the room.
I
Is the
am
room
going
dark?
to do
Oh yeah, the lights are out.
There's no
sorry.
lights.
Yeah,
no
my bad.
lights. I'm going to pause for at least 10 minutes.
Whoa.
I'm going to stand outside the store with it cracked open. Not even enough where you'd really be able to see it if you were like lying down on the floor or anything. But I'm going to crack it open and I'm going to listen.
Okay, go ahead and roll your listen check.
Could I by any chance get a bonus roll since I'm going to be staying still and just pausing for an extra long amount of time, or no?
No, that would be more or less, if you push it, you can sit there and say, I'm pushing it by devoting more time to it. It's not just going to be a bonus dice. You can spend a gold coin, though, but never
But she
mind, you
doesn't
just
need
rolled
to.
it. Yep. But more or less, you're going to hear something very distinctly. You're going to hear the sound of snoring. Somebody is asleep in that room, and they are like a chainsaw. Just this person needs one of those little thin strips on their nose.
Would I be able to tell if it's fake snoring? What would that be really?
Can you roll psychology on snoring?
That's
Technically,
yes, you could.
that's sense the closest to sense motive you're
Yeah.
gonna get.
That's
that'd
actually
be
hilarious if you think about it.
Because I'm trying to make sure that my clicking that latch did not wake this guy up.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll psychology.
On this snore. Ayo.
No, that sounds like somebody just sleeping.
Apparently, I am the snore whisperer almost.
Yeah.
What a talent.
Okay, I'm going to... Fuck, I don't know if I want to try this or not, because I'd rather not fumble it. So after the minutes are up, I'm going to go ahead and, as quietly as I can, since it's a new hotel and everything, I'm sure the door is open nicely, right? Right?
Your door opened nicely and without a squeak.
Okay, so I'm guessing his will too if I do it slow.
I mean, you'd try it. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh God.
Anyway, I'm opening his door. I'm doing this as slow as I can.
Oh,
Bye!
that's hot.
Really? That's mean.
I hope you're wearing a parachute so you can jump off the balcony.
No,
I mean,
I'm just gonna die.
No. Go ahead. Continue with what you were doing.
Lucas.
Anyway, I'm going to listen to his snoring, which is hopefully also drowning out whatever sound I might have made opening that fucking door, since you said that it was.
Oh my God! What the fuck are you doing? It's giving me anxiety.
No. Just keep going. Don't worry about me.
And I'm going to go into his room and as quickly as I can remove the pen light without. First, I'm going to check out to see exactly where the bed is. I'm going to stay low, and I'm going to quickly flash the pen light around and see what I can see. And I'm going to need a spot hidden check, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
There we go.
Ooh, you're on a roll.
Also, give me a stealth roll, please.
Oh boy. Oh my
Okay.
God, you're on a roll.
I'm afraid to roll after her now.
Yeah. More or less, you see that there's 2 beds, but one of them is covered in paperwork and just like folders and files and a bunch of fresh photographs, very neatly organized in piles. Contrary to the bed across from it, where the man you met at the bar, Mr. Porter, hasn't even pulled the sheets up. This man has just fallen face first onto the bed and is snoring loudly into his pillow. It's actually amazing the volume that he has been able to reach with his face literally shoved in this pillow, muffling it. It's almost like gunfire when it's muffled. That being said, otherwise, it looks very similar to your room. It's got the same layout. There's a little, complimentary little chest, or not chest. Yeah, there's a chest and it's got a sword in it. And you get a little da-da-da-da. Yeah, you get 3 gold coins, a steel sword, and a ring of minor health in that chest.
Can we stab the man and just end that problem before it begins?
I mean, you
I'm
could.
kidding.
This has been
Don't
rubbing
do
off
it.
on you.
No, that was out of character. Don't use the knife like that. I didn't condone that.
Anyways, but more or less, there's is it called a chest of drawers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, that's what it is. There's a chest of drawers. It's, nothing's open though. The only things that are really out in the open are the files. The paperwork on the opposite bed.
Okay, the chest of drawers, is it locked?
No, not as far as you can tell. Doesn't appear to have a lock on it.
Okay, I'm going to quickly just make sure that there's only clothes in there, or whatever is in there, and make sure that he might not have anything out of sight before I make it to the papers, even though I really should probably just go to the fucking paper, shouldn't I?
Well, if you open the chest of drawers and look in with a hard success on your spot hidden roll, you're actually going to see firearms tucked away behind the.
God damn it! Where's Chase when I need him to identify these? Fuck.
Well, the
Out of
gun that's
character.
currently the gun that's locked behind the clothes and fairly well concealed, but you rolled a goddamn 14 on your spot hidden, so not that well concealed. You would recognize it the world over. It's a very distinctive style of gun. Everybody's seen it, especially now. It's an AK-47.
That is not a subtle weapon.
It's not a subtle weapon at all.
Darby knows that. She doesn't know
But
fuck all about guns.
There's a magazine loaded in the weapon, and there are 2 more magazines, along with a spare rifle that is unloaded next to it. Another AK-47.
Okay, I'm actually going to.
Give me another spot hidden real quick, because there might be something else interesting in that closet.
I would love it if you succeed. Then he goes, nope,
I
there's
don't-
nothing else.
I really don't want to roll after her now.
You do find something interesting, but you're not sure what it is. You find a uniform in that closet, again, tucked away in the back, a little bit hidden. Basically, everything's set up so that unless you specifically went snooping through this with a pen light and had really good spot hidden rolls, you wouldn't find it. But you find a drab green uniform that looks just super generic, except for the patch on the right shoulder. It's very distinctive, and you can't quite place it. But you definitely get the distinct feeling that this patch is important.
Would I be
What does
able
this
to
look
do an education roll or anything to identify it?
Yeah, education or intelligence.
Well, can I also just ask before
Hang
that?
on.
Like, okay.
I'm coming up with a good reference image for it.
Yeah. I was just gonna ask like what the layman's
But-
assessment of it would be.
It would be a it's a round patch, basically circle with kind of I'm struggling to describe it. Kind of a white building in the center with 3 spires, and
Wing Street.
no, Jesus Christ. But it's a blue background, red patch in the middle upon which a white building is, and then it has the writing across the patch, top and bottom. But in this light, you can't quite make out the.
The writing, yeah, no, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay, I'm going to try to identify it. Holy,
Jesus Christ, woman.
Well, I'm gun shy now.
You actually do recognize it. It's Cambodian. It's a mark of the one of the Cambodian national parties that is currently gaining momentum in their politics, known as the Khmer Rouge. This is the patch of their political party, as well as numerous soldiers associated with the Rouge. It should not be in Phu Quoc. It is very out of place, this Cambodian political soldier patch and uniform.
and I would know exactly what was going on probably there too, wouldn't I?
Well, you know that it's out of place, and you know that it's belonging to the Khmer Rouge, and that this is definitely a soldier's uniform.
It's definitely a soldier's uniform.
Yes.
Okay, I'm actually not going to touch any or try to remove any of that stuff. I'm now going to go to this stack of paper, since right now I really am just trying to gather facts so I can take it back to Chase. Even though right now he's probably going, fucking kill him in his sleep! I can almost hear him whispering it in my head, I swear to God.
Wow, it's
As
almost like
you-
he's sitting next to you or something.
As you get back to this stack of paperwork and start to get ready to go through it, you hear a soft knock at the door.
Can
Now
I
you
jump
fucked
underneath
up.
the bed?
Oh my god, this is getting ridiculous.
I mean, you can if you want to. If that's your first reaction, you just dive under the bed.
Well, not really dive.
But get under the bed.
Quickly
going to-
shimmy.
I'm going to try to
Okay.
hide
So-
under the bed.
Sage, immediately hearing this knock, just shimmies under the bed and makes herself as small as possible. And as that happens, Porter doesn't seem to move much. He's still dead drunk and dead asleep, roaring into his pillow. A moment passes, and then you hear at the door again. Followed by, in plain English, Steve. Steve, the power's out. Get up. Steve. You hear the door handle sort of jiggle. Steve, get up, you fucking drunk. God damn it. And then the knocking repeats one more time, this time much more forcefully and louder than before. Are you
And
going to
this is
continue?
before I can. This is before I can take a look at the papers, right?
This was before you got a chance to look at the papers. You were just coming over to the bed, and that's when the knocking started. Are you going to do anything other than just hide under the bed? The door to the balcony's still open.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna go.
Stay.
I'm going to go out of the balcony. I'm going to leave the door unlocked. But I'm going to close it as much as possible and keep the blinds closed and go to the side that
Okay.
I would be like, if I hear them coming closer, that I would have to go to and be just like, oh, well, you know, the power's out. So I just decided to come out here and
Just decided to fucking go on your
stargaze
balcony.
and, well, you know,
Okay,
I
so
couldn't sleep.
you're out on the balcony now. Give me another dexterity check to see how quietly and actually no, give me a stealth check because you're trying to quietly and stealthily close that door and get out on the balcony without making any more noise.
Oh my god.
Success. Okay. Near as you can tell, they haven't noticed you. But you get out on the balcony and you are sort of pushed off to the side where they would not be able to immediately see you if they looked out the blind. The knocking repeats one more time as forcefully as it can, and that's when you hear the snoring sort of abruptly stop, followed by the groans of a man who is very clearly hungover, forcing himself out of bed and over to the door. What's going on? Steve, the power's out. And the power's out. We need to just get out of there. Come on, we gotta go check up on the gotta go check up on our editor. And just come, you stupid asshole. And you hear the door close behind them as they disappear both into the hall.
Would Gwen be able to hear them in the hall from where she is inside the room?
Give me a listen check.
I will do that.
Well, she has been sitting there actually probably waiting for Sage to get her ass back, you know, hopefully alive.
Right, but might as well. Aw, man.
You don't hear shit.
That's why I didn't want to roll.
Yeah.
I just
You
saved you
reset
guys.
probability. Congrats.
Yep.
Yup.
Yeah. I'm actually helping. That's what that was. I would actually make the dog do a listen check because his is at 50, but what
You
the fuck
couldn't
is the
tell me
point?
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would Gwen be out on the
Yeah, since that failed, she's out on the balcony. Yeah.
okay, she's out on the balcony. Sage, hearing this, is going to motion for Gwen. Motion, not talk to Gwen or say anything. She's gonna go. Can you go out into the hall?
And Gwen understands this very clearly, and she immediately goes out into the hall, leaving Rocket in the room because he's an asshole. And she is not wearing her habit, I guess, but she can get away with it by saying she was sleeping.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Good excuse.
So she's
when
basically in like a t-shirt and jeans.
Chase had been by the front door for a while. How did the guy at the front desk respond to the power going out?
He vanished. He looked around, kind of flickered one of the lights at the desk, and then vanished into a back room.
Hey, can Sage quickly go back into the room as fast as she can and take a look at those papers?
Well, we're handling another scene, but yes, when we get back to you, yes, we can.
Chase is, I wouldn't say stealthily, but not exactly. He's not clumping his boots
Right.
into the lobby. Is going to walk up towards the desk and kind of just look around gently. Not touching anything on the desk yet.
You see a lot of paperwork written in Vietnamese.
Is it still slightly spread out from when?
Oh no, he's cleaned this up at this point.
Okay.
There's
It is
also a
very
sandwich in
nice
the
and neatly
trash.
organized. Yes, there is an empty plate.
In the way that only a career spook can, Chase is going to take out his camera fitted with an infrared flash unit and using infrared film to take full advantage of this absolute darkness. And he's basically going to get Xeroxes of everything.
Okay.
So
Give me a photography roll, please. Yep.
Ayo, I'm
Fucking do it.
welcome for resetting
Chase just
statistics.
gets copies of everything.
You've got all sorts of copies of their,
Whoever's staying there.
whoever's staying there.
And their room numbers.
Yep.
Now, are Samuel Porter and the other guy's name and the quote-unquote editor's name, are those in English? Or is this written by, like, did they sign their names to it, or are these just...
You are able to find where they signed in, but it's written in very flowing cursive. But you have their signatures.
But I can tell that they're foreign. They're not. This isn't
Yes.
Vietnamese. This is in English or some or Germanic-based language.
Latin
Cursive.
alphabet.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, exactly. And then their room numbers, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay. Is there any kind of result from him doing that? Like, does the guy come out? I'm not running. I'm not trying to be stealthy. If the guy comes out, I have something planned. But
No, he's actually kind of busy. He's probably going to
At
mess
the
with that
breaker box?
Yeah.
not knowing what's going on in the hallway upstairs, Chase walks up the stairs quietly, but not, I wouldn't say stealthily. He's not trying to conceal his presence so much as it's pitch black. He's wearing all black.
Well, you could always just say, "Oh, I'm here to check on the sisters to make sure they made it here okay." And
I have
At
that
1 in the
covered.
morning?
Don't worry.
Yes, he does have that cover.
Well, Gwen would have her flashlight, but she gave it to Sage. And I would search the room for one real quick, but I don't think it's really standard for a flashlight to be in a hotel room.
Especially not in 1969.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Chase
just let
has
that be.
his own, but I'm not using it.
Right. Anyways,
So she goes out into the hall without the dog.
she goes out into the hall without the dog. Chase, you can actually see her emerge from the bedroom, and there are two men already out in the hall. And they've sort of got their backs to Gwen and Chase. Chase, who's at the very far end of the hallway. Gwen, who's much closer to the two men. They've got their backs to you, but as the door opens and closes to the room, they both look back, and you can kind of see them squint in the darkness.
Hey.
oh, does
I
Gwen
guess-
even? Can Gwen even? She doesn't speak. Oh shit.
But they're English. These. It's
Oh,
the black
yeah,
guy
they-
and his friend. They're in-
Okay.
Oh wait! No, I thought that the German guy didn't speak English.
Well, one
He
of
said
them
he
speaks
didn't.
English, even if he is hungover.
Okay, I'm gonna do something really bold and stupid, but by God, it's the best thing I can think of right now.
Oh,
my
no.
God. Well, wait, what's wrong with Gwen just talking to them? She knows better. Stop that.
yeah.
Chase drew her a wonderful picture.
I have weapons free, and I've been told to set up a meeting that they can't get away from
Oh boy.
by my
All
direct
right.
superior.
Wait. Before he does something, can I roll something to see if Gwen notices Chase behind her?
Go ahead and roll spot hidden or listen.
Please
okay.
succeed on this.
God damn it.
Spend
I'll
the luck.
spend luck. Yeah, I'm spending luck. How much is that?
Five.
Five. Alright, so I have 69 luck. Alright, so Gwen notices him behind her.
Yes.
And she's very subtle about this noticing and doesn't actually physically or emotionally respond to it.
Chase, as he reaches Gwen, the guys I'm assuming are just kind of squinting at the end of the hallway. I'm assuming
Yeah.
there's a lot of windows in this hallway.
No, the
So he's
only windows are
basically
in.
Chase has the advantage of the light coming from Gwen's room, really.
Yep.
So he's basically gonna come up. put
Actually,
his-
there is no light,
Oh,
but
well.
yeah. Well, there's light
Moonlight,
from
moonlight.
moonlight.
Moonlight, yeah. Ambient.
and he
light.
kind of touches Gwen's arm, and you feel this kind of like tight, like he basically touches the back of your arm with a closed fist, and kind of like lightly hits you.
Gotcha. And also,
sort of
I should note,
like a man up kind of a way, you know.
yeah,
And he
I should
walks
also
close
note
to
that
them
she has.
and moves the filter from his flash unit and flashes them in the face.
She also would have the baton on her because that would have been under the habit
Yes.
anyway, so it would have been
Yes.
like on her belt
So
or
I've,
whatever.
I've got a hungover man and I've got a blonde, potentially German guy in pitch blackness, and they just took a full professional photography flash to the face.
They are, for all intents and purposes, lined for the next 7 seconds.
I am spending a gold coin and I'm going to lay out the German guy.
Okay, give me a brawl check.
I've spent a gold coin, so I won't get it.
That is
Good
going
thing you did.
Yep, that is going to be a, Oh, no.
I'm gonna spin the luck. Oh, I can't. It's combat. Shit.
That's
okay.
combat.
Well, he has to dodge, and I'm assuming he's at a disadvantage.
He is definitely at a disadvantage. He's going to take a penalty dice on his dodge. And since this is a surprise action, I'm going to go ahead and say, unless he gets this dodge, it's going to count as an automatic hit. So, let's real quick bring up the character sheet.
Also, I thought Gwen was evenly matched with Chase for Brawl, but she's got 10 more than he does.
You do.
Yeah, I thought you were at 75 too.
Okay, first one's a fail. Actually, I don't even need to roll this second because he's got a penalty dice no matter what his success is on the second roll.
So, this is not a damage thing. This is a maneuver, technically.
Okay.
Because I'm just trying to knock him the fuck out.
Roll damage anyways, and if it equals or it goes over his health, let's consider him unconscious. Damage 2?
That's him. What?
No, well, 1d3 plus 1d4.
Did I really roll 2 1s?
You literally rolled 2 1s.
Chase is a pussy. Gwen cracks her knuckles. Let me at him.
If you do worse than me, I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, that will be funny. Can I do the same roll?
You can do the same roll.
All
But
right.
keep in mind,
so,
you've got 2 people you're dealing with here, not just the
Right.
one.
okay, so let me just understand this. Chase went for the not black guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
No, I went for the German.
Yeah, the German guy.
Okay, there's the black one.
And the
Yeah,
German
he's
one.
And the
Hungover.
German
He's hungover and flashed.
Fair
Samuel
enough.
is not in a good point.
Okay, so then, and he just, I guess, fucking somehow biffed that. So Gwen is going to follow up very quickly behind him and just kind of try to barrel this guy in the chest and knock him the fuck over and kind of throw herself down on top of him as well.
Okay. Unfortunately, you do not get a pierce on melee damage, but go ahead and roll your damage. Well, not on with your fists.
All right, hang on, damn it. Where the fuck? I haven't.
It would be
Actually-
1d4 plus 1d3.
Do I just type that out then?
You can if you want.
Piercing fist.
1d4 plus 1d3. I don't know if I did that right.
Rolled almost max damage.
Almost max damage, yeah. And considering that was an extreme success, Hans
wasn't
Zimmer
trying
is
to,
now
like, hurt him,
unconscious.
though.
No,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
unconscious. He is unconscious.
I
Basically,
didn't want to kill him.
there's not like a huge system in Call of Cthulhu for doing non-lethal damage, so I'm just saying you did damage equal to his health. He is now unconscious.
Sounds good. And she is kind of sitting on his chest.
Okay.
So who's unconscious? Hans Zimmer?
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer.
It's not
The
actually.
Inception
What
drum
have we
swell.
done?
Yeah, absolutely. The
No.
hallway starts spinning.
Oh no.
Hallway starts spinning.
Love that guy.
Anyways, but the blonde Germanic man is now unconscious. Porter, on the other hand, rubs at his eyes, having stumbled a bit backwards, and he, as the light starts to fade from his eyes, he squints at Chase and Gwen, and they appear as sort of blurry outlined shapes to him. And he
We should
reaches.
barely be that.
Yeah, basically, you look like he can still barely see you, but he fumbles at his waist and rips a concealed knife out of his shorts and holds it in front of him wardingly, not really attacking because he can't see you well enough to make an attack, but in a distinct combat stance. He is now kind of ready to fight you. Chase, you're going to be up now.
Wait, would Sage be able to hear this from?
No,
Right now, she would have been able to. No, actually,
you're going to be
way.
messing with the papers.
Okay.
Chase is disappointed that his hit didn't contact.
Well,
the
no,
way it did.
I was just wondering if she had made it in, if she would have been able to hear it, and never mind.
Well, it's been pretty quick so far. We're
Yeah.
less than 3 seconds at this point.
Yeah,
This is a
you're
hit and
le-
run.
Yeah, this is very quick. So, anyways, Chase, your turn. I would bring up a
Come
turn counter, but I
on.
have a feeling that this is going to be over very quickly. Wow.
Everyone stole my successes.
Well,
Target of fire.
I just want you to understand that this is Gwen's moment to fucking shine. I have
Yeah, it
I
is.
built her
Chase
for
is-
this shit.
Chase obviously got a little bit of that reflection from the Flash.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
doing so great. He's not throwing punches very well.
It's-
That being said, because he is still disoriented, I'm going to say if he doesn't dodge, it's an automatic hit. And I close the sheet because I'm an idiot.
Thing is, I'm trying really hard not to kill the guy too.
Right, yeah. But no, he doesn't.
I'm not. This guy is a concussion.
Yeah, he's more or less he
Ow.
catches a glancing blow. Well,
Can I
German guys.
disarm
out.
instead of injure.
Yes.
Can I
Okay.
actually piggyback on that? I don't know if this works with the way that the turn thing is set up, but if Gwen is on the floor, kind of sitting on this guy's chest, and he's out cold, so there's really no point in like holding him down, and she knows that this shit is going on to the side of her, can she just kind of essentially reach over and get this guy's knees out from under him, or like put out her arm or leg or something so he trips over her?
I was gonna say, can she trip him?
Yeah.
You could try to trip him. That would count as a maneuver. Thing is, if you do a maneuver like that, it doesn't do damage. It will put him on his ass and force him to recover when his turn comes around, but you're not going to be any closer to knocking him unconscious.
Can I violently kick him behind the knee to have
Still
the same
counts as a
effect but
maneuver.
with damage? Okay.
Still counts as a maneuver. It's either you do damage or you do a maneuver. That's how the rules work.
All right. Well, then I'd still do that. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yes, it is your
Okay.
turn.
So I roll brawl.
Yes. And you're just trying to go
Oh, I'm spending luck. I'm spending
You
luck.
can't.
Can't.
Combat.
for it's
No,
combat.
I can't. Okay. Well, she tried so hard. God damn
See?
it. I was hoping I could keep rolling with that.
The problem is that Sage took
Sage.
all our successes.
Yeah.
Fuck you. No, but so she
Hey!
it's okay. It's okay. They went to good use. You're fine. But no, she tries to, but the positioning is just too awkward. She can't do
Yeah. She can't quite get it. Well,
it. wait.
no,
Wait.
your turn's
No, is-
over.
I know it is, but if the door to my room is open, is the dog potentially involved?
You would have to call him with animal handling on your next turn. But that's
Gotcha.
yes,
All right.
that would get him involved.
'Kay.
He is sitting like a good boy for the first time.
Fuck you, Rocket! You're such a fucking... Oh my god, you oppositional piece of shit.
Anyways, the man, Mr. Porter, now recovering a bit more from the flash, is going to lunge forward after having been
Disarmed.
disarmed by Chase and try to wrap his arms around him to steady himself and get a grapple on Chase. He is going to take a penalty dice on account of hungover and still a little flashed. And it doesn't matter what his second roll is. He
I counterattack.
go right ahead. That's going to be a brawl.
How the fuck?
You're
At a
still stunned from
65%,
the
I
flash.
failed 3 times.
Welcome to my life.
You just kind of take a step back out of the way, and he goes headfirst into the wall behind you, taking a single point of damage.
Broke his nose on the wall.
Is it,
My turn?
This is just a comedy of errors. It's Chase's turn.
it is? Okay.
Chase is just literally gonna grab the back of his head and put him into the wall again.
Okay.
What?
Oh my
the
God.
fuck?
He punches the wall because he can't see.
Um.
Gwen is like, she would be pissing herself if they were in the middle of combat. Like, this is so fucking funny to her.
This is
It's not funny to me. I'm a trained spook.
okay. Well,
I'm just
That's-
gonna assume that both of us are so good we can't.
yeah. You get both of you are so well trained, you can't quite get your hands on each other. All right,
No,
now.
admittedly, this is a very realistic fight in an absolute pitch black hallway.
Yeah,
It
kind of.
actually is, yeah.
All right, Gwen, your turn
Yeah.
now.
Okay, so if I want to call the dog, what
That's gonna
else
be-
can I do in my turn?
Nothing. It will be you're
Literally
calling
it.
the dog, and he will get involved on the next turn order.
Okay, so she's going to call his name. Does that count as an animal handling if it's just like a simple come here?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
well, then
mostly-
I might as well just put out a full command and have her basically
Because he's
attack
gonna
the
get
man.
involved. He's gonna get involved in the fight.
Right.
Either way, I get what you're going for, but he's gonna get it. So it's going to be animal handling.
All right. So animal handling, and if this like fails, the dog's just gonna go piss on the balcony or something. Oh, thank God.
Okay.
All right. So she calls for him, and for the record, this is kind of irrelevant, but her commands to him would be in Finnish because it would be harder for people in her life that are mostly American to replicate those commands. So she would give him the command that is basically like, defend me type of thing.
Okay. Well, Rocket's going to come racing out of the hotel room, eager to please, and he's going to go for the very typical doggo takedown move of biting them on the arm, sort of grappling and gnawing in at the same time, and that is going to be a brawl. Okay.
Mwah.
And he is going to be damaged.
I already had a check in that from when he killed that poor man.
Let's see. Base damage is 1d4, right? And then
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
okay.
1d3 unarmed, but I don't know what dog is.
I'm pretty sure it's 1d4.
Oh my God.
That's
Well,
it's
He
just going to be
bounces?
I'm
one.
pretty sure it's 1 point of damage. It actually doesn't go for 0. But he does 1 point of damage. Now, the problem is doggos can't really bite non-lethally. So
What do you
he's
mean by
drawing
that?
blood. Whereas
Oh,
you guys
you
were
mean
trying to knock this man unconscious.
Gotcha.
Rocket's actually drawing blood. That's the one thing you need to be careful of. He has made it easier to knock him unconscious, but you need to be careful because Rocket might kill the man. He doesn't.
He's only biting his arm, right?
For now, yes.
Okay. And for the record, he's holding on to him, correct? Or has he
Yes.
let go? Okay, he's holding on to him.
He's more or less grappling the man and holding on.
Right, because that's what they're trained to do. I just wanted to be clear.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so that was Rocket's turn. Now it is Porter's turn, and as they fumble around in the dark, a dog bites down on his arm, and the first instinct is to scream, but he's a spy and realizes he's in kind of a public location, so he bites his lower lip and holds that scream in, and then is going to go ahead and attempt to kick Rocket in the belly.
I appreciate his professionalism.
Yeah, this is that stupid, like, fucking comedy actor talking about the other day. So, can Rocket counter that at all?
He can make a counterattack,
But he has to beat a hard success.
Yep. He has
Does
to.
he not have, like, a dodge or anything?
You could attempt to dodge, but you're going to have to let go to dodge. Now, that being said,
um,
he's going to take a penalty dice because he's got a dog grappled on him and he feels like shit, so I actually need to roll one more time. But we get talking and I close the sheet absentmindedly because I'm an idiot. Nope. That attack still counts. It is just a basic success, though. So if you want to attack back, you can make another brawl check, and if it hits, you do damage, okay? Or you can attempt to dodge, but then you'll let go of him to dodge.
Well, let's do another brawl then. Because what's the worst that could happen?
Okay. So that's going to be...
Ayo.
Okay. Then roll 1d4 minus 1. Okay. He takes 3 damage. That is going to put him... Okay. All right. So with the damage he took from the wall... Yeah. Okay. Chase, it is now your turn.
I'm getting frustrated with this.
With the tense espionage action.
Yes.
And here I thought I wouldn't need a turn counter, but this is
Yeah.
going on much longer than I
Yeah.
thought it would.
Well, I can't affect 4 or 5 failures in a row
Yeah,
because
me
of
neither.
Yeah, that's
RNG,
just
so
unfortunate.
That is really unfortunate.
Technically,
Chase
we could have
just
had it over in like one hit.
winds back and just tries to elbow drop the dude.
Okay.
There you go.
Hard success,
There
but
we
only
go.
2 damage.
Well, oh well.
Reroll your damage.
keep
That's a hard
rolling.
success. No, reroll the damage. I'm making the GM executive call to bend the rolls. Reroll your damage.
What's the difference between
There we
brawl and
go.
unarmed attack?
They're
unarmed
both the
attack
same
has.
skill roll, but
Yeah, he just has the damage worked in automatically, so he doesn't have to roll the
okay.
damage separately.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if you look down at your weapons, that's where the unarmed is.
Oh, I see it. All right,
Yeah.
we're good. I should. Do
Okay.
that then.
All right. That elbow drop is going to be enough to put the man out. With 6 damage, you basically catch him in one of the temples, and he drops like a sack of bricks. Dago releases him as soon as he drops and comes trotting happily over to Gwen.
Who quietly praises him.
Chase just kind of looks at Gwen and quietly asks, "Do we have a place to move them?"
Yeah, we got a room. Sage did. Here, it's literally right here with the door open.
Do we have a more secluded room?
This is what we got. Unless you want to drag them all the way back to the boat.
Sage, hearing the telltale signs of a fight,
Yeah, that
right
now you would
outside
hear
her
it.
door, she's going to go ahead and open the door. And I guess I'm going to hear the last part, and it's, well, that he tried to give us room 499 at first.
Wait. That room's empty
99.
that you're in right now.
Yes, but it's right next to where their room is. Out of character, Chase's idea is to separate them away from their quote-unquote editor.
But yeah,
Right.
Sage is going to be... originally, they tried to give us room 299.
But we don't have the key to that, because they didn't.
I have a feeling that's not going to stop Chase.
Why don't you move them into your room? I'm gonna go see if I can secure a better location.
Alright, and Glenn just starts to heft these full-grown fucking men up.
Okay. Since it is 11:40 in the evening, and we are now at the part where we're probably going to get into some very hardy interrogation and torture and testicle stapling. Before we get involved in that, which will take quite a while, let's go ahead and call it for the evening. You will be able to get into the files next week,
Okay,
Sage.
fine.
But that is also going to be a bit of a stretch.
Oh.
It's not something that's going to go quickly, and it's already a little past our game time. Sorry that you didn't get much spotlight tonight, Dan.
It's all right.
He
Well,
sassed.
He
That's
did
some good
sass.
sass.
He did sass us about the power plant. But let's go ahead and roll luck recovery and
Heyo!
call it an evening.
1d10, right?
Yep.
Nice. Nicey.
Of course, I get successes.
Yep.
I
Well,
mean,
you got
because
successes all
successes
freaking
all
night. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get to complain about that.
Make sure you mark all of the skills that you succeeded in. Make sure to mark them all.
Oh yeah, no, that library use, I like, as soon as that one hit, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck I passed that one.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. I hope you all had an interesting evening. Tune in on Sunday for Voices in the Wilderness, a 13th Age game that is a lot more lighthearted than us stapling potential foreign agents to a chair. We are having it at 5 p.m. this week, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it'll be 5 p.m. Eastern, same Tabletop channel. Thank you again. We love you, and we hope to see you again soon. Good night,
Have a
everybody.
good night.